Hello students, so here we are with the question second of the exercise 3.1 of the chapter pair of linear equations in two variables. So the question second is, the coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,900. Later, she buys another bat. What does this sentence mean that she buys another bat? It means that she buys one more bat, as she has bought 3 bats earlier, and 3 more balls of the same kind. Here the word same kind means that the brand which she bought for the 3 bats and 6 balls earlier is the same which she bought now for 1 bat and 3 balls. And the cost she paid for 1 ball and for 3 balls and 1 bat is rupees 1,300. Represent this situation algebraically and geometrically. So in order to solve this question, we have to suppose, what we need to suppose is, let each bat cost rupees x. That is, we are taking a variable x value for a cost of 1 bat. And also let each ball cost rupees y. And rupees y be the cost of 1 ball. So, in according to the statement 1 being given in the question, what it says that the coach of the cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,900. So the cost for the 3 bats will be 3x, as x is the cost of 1 bat, and also the cost of the 6 balls will be 6y, as y is the cost for 1 ball. And if we add the cost of the 3 bats and the cost of the 3 balls, it comes out to be equal to 3,900. That's what is being given in the question. So applying this, 3x plus 6y is equals to 3,900. Now simplifying this and taking the highest factor common, so here we can take 3 common and we'll be left with x plus 2y, and here also we can write it as 3 into 1,300. So cancelling 3 on both the sides, we'll be left with x plus 2y is equals to 1,300. So let us mark this statement as 1. So this linear equation is the first linear equation of this question. And what does the statement second says in this question is, later she buys another bat and 3 more balls of the same kind for rupees 1,300. What it means is that she buys another bat means she bought 1 bat. And as the cost of the 1 bat is x, so we will write x plus 3 balls, and as the cost of 1 ball is y, so the cost of 3 balls will be 3y, and the sum of the 1 bat cost and 3 balls is equals to the rupees 1,300. So we can write x plus 3y is equals to 1,300, and this will be the second linear equation obtained in this question. So having a look over these 2 statements, so we get 2 linear equations, that is, we are able to represent this situation algebraically. What algebra is? It is basically, the algebra means the statements which involves the variables and the constant. And if we look at equations first and second, then these are in the form of the variables as constant only. So means these are the algebraic equations. So now what have been asked in the question next is to represent this situation geometrically as well. So what the word geometrical representation means, that we need to represent this situation over the graph. So here we have the graph, and the equations we have obtained can be written as x plus 3y is equals to 1,300, and let me write the second situation with another color, say green. So the another equation was x plus 2y is equals to 1300. These were the two linear equations being formed from this situation given in the question. So if we want to draw a line over the graph which will represent these two linear equations, what we need to do is we need to draw a table between the variables x and y individually for these two linear equations. So now let us do for first linear equations. We will draw a table between the variables x and y for the first linear equation. First, we will let the value of x. Now here, we are supposing the value of x to be 400. Now putting this value of x in equation first, the value of the y obtained will be 300. Again, suppose the value of the x is equals to 100. Now put this value of x in equation first, the value of y comes out to be 400. So what it means is that if we mark these 2 points which represents xy value over the graph and we join these 2 points, we will obtain a line which will represent the first linear equation. But if we take over a look over the table which we have formed, we will see that the values are very large as compared to the values which have been marked over the graph. So in order to get the value of the table over the graph, we need to scale this graph by 100. What does the scaling by 100 mean is that each point in this graph is being multiplied by 100. So that will be the value which can be marked by viewing the table. Means the point 1 over the graph means 100 as the graph has been scaled by 100. So the point 2 means the price, or we can say the value 200, that is 2 into 100, which comes out to be 200. The point 3 means 300 because the graph has been scaled by 100. And the point 6 means 600 and the point minus 5 means minus 500. So now let us mark the points given in the table over the graph. Here the point 400 and 300 means the point 4 and 3 in the graph. So we will mark the point 4 and 3. Here is 4 and here is 3 means this point, right? And the value 100 for x and 400 for y, that will mean 1 and 4 value in the graph. So we will mark this point as well in the graph, that is 1 for the x value and 4 for the y. So here we have obtained the 2 points in the graph which have been given in the table. Now we will be joining these 2 points with a line. Joining these 2 points, we will draw a line which will be passing through these 2 points. So this line will represent the first linear equation as it has been passing through the points which are being obtained from the table using the first linear equation. Now coming to the second linear equation, that is x plus 2y is equal to 1300, we will again draw a table between the values x and y. Now here if we let the value of x be equal to 500, then the value of the y by putting the value of x in second equation comes out to be 400. And if we let the value of x be equal to 600, then putting this value of x in equation second, the value of y comes out to be 350. Okay. And now as we know the graph has been scaled by 100, what the point 500 and 400 of the value of x and y means, that the point will be 5, 4 in the graph, and the point 350 means the point 6, 3.5 in the graph. So marking this point, that is 5, 4, it will be this point, and the point 6, 3.5, it will be somewhat this point. Now what we need to do next is to join these 2 points by drawing a line which will be passing through these 2 points. So drawing a line. So these 2 lines, that is which have been marked with the color purple and the color green, will be meeting at some point, that is they will be intersecting at some point in the graph. So these 2 lines which have been represented by these 2 equations will be the intersecting lines. So we have been able to achieve the representation of the situation geometrically as well, that is we have represented these linear equations obtained from the situation over the graph. So this was all about this question second. I hope this question is clear to all of you.